Rompuy.
Short overview of the meeting of the G8 yesterday and today. I found, as President Barroso, our discussions very open and constructive, reflecting a high degree of convergence of views among all members. We discussed international peace and security. In this context, all the G8 leaders were deeply concerned about the Iranian nuclear program, and I explained to my colleagues the guidance that the European Council gave on additional measures against Iran. As far as the situation in the Middle East is concerned, we welcome the start of proximity talks between the Palestinians and Israel. We deeply regret the loss of life and the injuries suffered in Gaza. The current arrangements must change, and in this respect, we saw a positive development in Israel's government announcement of a new policy towards Gaza. We deplored the attack that caused the sinking of the Republic of Korea's naval vessel, the Cheonan, resulting in tragic loss of lives. We support the Republic of Korea in its effort to seek accountability for this incident. And we had an open discussion on the so-called world governance. The G8 leaders reaffirmed the role of the G8 to address a number of international issues and the role of the G20 as a major forum for economic policy in the broad sense. The members of the G20 have to take up responsibility for the global challenges, and recent developments are going further in the right direction. Yesterday, we started our discussion with economic recovery. On this point, all leaders converged on how to recover from the economic crisis. We expressed, President of the European Commission and myself, the EU's position. There is no contradiction between a gradual, growth-friendly, differentiated fiscal consolidation and economic growth. It can even restore confidence in the sustainability of budgetary policy. Confidence is key for economic growth. This is also the way to restore confidence in the stability of the euro. And this stability of the euro is a major contribution to worldwide economic growth. Focusing on the G20, I will briefly comment some issues in this agenda. As just said, we fully support the role of the G20 to coordinate economic policies at a global level through the G20 framework for growth. All major economies need to do their part in contributing to balanced and sustainable growth. This requires a set of policies both in advanced countries and emerging economies. When we acted in a coordinated way in the height of the crisis, it served us well. We must continue in that direction if we want to ensure a strong and sustainable and balanced growth. In the area of globalization, only a coordinated approach at a global level will allow to tackle the challenges we face. This is why we strongly plead to preserve the momentum and keep the level of ambition in the G20. I will only comment on the reform of financial institutions. No major breakthrough can be expected for this meeting. We will welcome the agreement reached for the reform of the World Bank and recapitalization of multilateral development banks in line with our previous commitments. And we want to give a strong push to complete the reform of the International Monetary Fund by our next summit in Seoul. What is important for us is to have a comprehensive package covering all elements of governance reform. And finally, we will support Mexico's efforts in putting the climate negotiations back on track. President Calderon will participate to our lunch discussion. Europe is ready to engage. We want green growth and a global and comprehensive legal agreement post-2012. We are ready to deliver on the fast start financing and to act domestically to reach the 2 degrees Celsius objective. We will seek for a balanced result in Cancun. Let's hope that Cancun is one step further in the policy on climate change. Thank you.